This video has been a long time in the making. I've been planning this moment for probably about a year. And yes, as the title says, I'm leaving the UK and I'm probably never coming back to the UK. Probably. I need to cut that out of my mind. I think I'm never coming back. I'll come back to visit family, I think. But I think I'm done here in the UK. So I want to tell you two things in this video. Why I'm going, and like what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. So why am I going? So I've spent 5 years, I've traveled a lot in my life, and most recently I came back from China during the pandemic, and I was going to focus on building my career. I wanted to work at a prestigious UK company. I wanted my own home, and I wanted a Tesla. They're the three things that I really wanted to sort of tick off the list. And honestly, I really just came back during the pandemic, sort of worked hard towards these goals. And it was non-stop hard work. There's a lot of movement outside. Obviously, I'm sat at a random gate here, so hopefully you can't pick it up. I came back and I focused on my career, and I achieved everything. Within 5 years, I've achieved everything. Within 3.5, 4 years, I achieved everything I wanted. I bought my own home. I got a really good job working at a prestigious UK company, and I bought myself a Tesla. And these were the three goals that I had, and I found none of them truly made me happy. And from my experience traveling previously, I knew that like traveling did make me happy. I've had a lot of fun in my experience traveling around, so I really just wanted to go back and travel again. And it was eating me alive a little bit, but I was like, I don't know what's wrong. And it kind of feels like, I'm 31, going on 32 next month, and kind of feels a little bit like a midlife crisis, but who knows? Anyway, I think as well, another part of it is I've seen over the past 10 years like the slow decline of the UK. I think like the politics at the moment are not great here. I think we've got a lot going on, but I think we've also got a lot to say, like the weather is really cold, cost of living is increasing, and overall, having lived in some other places, I found like actually you have a better standard of living. Just like there's more stuff to do in other places. People would always ask me like, why do you want to go away so much? And I'd say like, I just want to go somewhere where there's more going on, because it doesn't seem like that here. Like in the UK, our culture is very much like we finish like work at 5 o'clock and we go and sit in. We either do one of two things. We go and sit inside and watch TV, or we go to the pub. So that's really all there is to do in the evenings after work. Like it seems to be like that's all most people do. And maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, I don't think so. And yeah, I just think like I've had a lot of great experiences traveling. I've seen sort of like the fall of like it really feels like a lot of people are leaving the UK as well right now. I'm pretty sure like this isn't the first video that has this title on YouTube. I'm pretty sure if you search YouTube, you will find other people who have done the exact same thing. Other people sat in an airport just like I am, saying like this is what they're going to do. So I kind of thought, right, and it was great. I did enjoy achieving all of my goals. Obviously, that's really good, and all the people I worked with, amazing people. Nothing against the people, the job. The job was great, but for me, I kind of felt like it's corporate lifestyle, and I wanted more than that. It's kind of like, why do I need to follow the path? Because I had done, I'd followed the path or what everyone else would sort of expect you to do. Get a good job, get a house, get a car, then have a family and settle down, and that's your life. And I've kind of done the three of the four things, and I was like, this is not what I want. So, yeah, nothing against the people that I work with, but for me, I think it was more about like the corporate work. A lot of it doesn't help. I was working remotely from home, and I was at home a lot of the time, sat living in Hull. So those of you in the UK who know Hull, like, I was not super happy there towards the end, but yes, I was working remotely, and that really didn't help either. But overall, I think like corporate work for me is not the way forward. So I've done something pretty drastic. I have quit my job. I have sold my house, and I've also got rid of the car as well. And now I'm completely free to go and do anything I want. I'm in a position in my life where I am still young enough to take risks. I've not got responsibilities of raising a family, kids, or anything like that. And sure, someday maybe, but like right now, I'm going to. I am in a position where I can take risks. So this is me taking a risk. I've got rid of the house, car, and job, and I'm going to go travel. I'm going to go travel the world. I'm going to build up a YouTube channel of videos of my travels. I will also focus on sort of building out my videography skills and taking on client work. I hope to look for taking on client work in videography. It's a deep passion of mine. I was really into it as a kid, and I for some reason stopped at a certain period. But if you look back on my channel, you'll see there was a video that I made called Will You Hire Me? And that was a video that I created to try and get myself a job during the pandemic when people were being laid off or put on furlough and actively weren't hiring, and people were being sent to work from home. And I was in China. I was like, I need to find a job. Let's stop. There's a noise outside. I don't know if you can pick it up. So, yeah, videography, I really enjoy. It's a great passion of mine. And it's a shame that I feel like it's a bit of a shame that I didn't keep going with it. So I'm going to get back into videography, start making videos. I'm just going to start putting content out on YouTube. And if you like it and you like the story, then follow along. And yeah, so one key thing is now that's sort of why I'm leaving. Where am I going? So first of all, I'm currently sat in the airport lounge. My flight is in an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, and I am going to first South Korea, Busan. That's one place that looks amazing. I've really wanted to go for quite a while. I like the language. really like the culture. I've watched a couple of the TV series, so I think it'll be kind of fun. My plan is to travel around and make videos for a while. Like I say, build up a bit of a portfolio, and just go and enjoy life and build on sort of all the skills that I've got. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So that's where I'm at right now. How am I going to do it? There are various ways, and I can maybe touch on some of these in more depth later in a later video if people are interested. But there are multiple ways that you can travel very low cost. So first one, HelpX is a fantastic way to travel. HelpX is Help Exchange. It's helpx.net, I believe, the website, but you can Google it and find it. And on that website, you can find people who will host you as a guest, and they will provide you food and accommodation in exchange for 3-4 hours a day of work for 5 days a week. And then that way, it allows you to not have any cost of accommodation. Next up, you've got another site called Couchsurfing. They keep on driving the luggage trucks past, and I'm not quite sure if it's getting picked up on this microphone. Couchsurfing is if someone's got a spare bedroom and they want to put you up in, like they want to make new friends or whatever, they can share the spare bedroom and host it. And they're like, okay, well, that sounds like crazy, and what happens if you get murdered? So they've got a really good system. There's a rating system so that you can sort of like rate people that you've stayed with. People can rate people who have stayed with them. So if someone's got like 150 reviews of luggage, if someone's got 150 reviews of like they're really clean, tidy, kind guests, then you've got a good reputation. So you just build up a fair few reviews on there. So that's a really good thing to do. There's another site called Crew Seekers, and Crew Seekers is if you are a yacht owner and you're looking for like someone to take a trip and work on the yacht with you, you can basically like offer food and board, or maybe just board, and then you bring your own food or pay towards a food contribution, and you take the journey from, and they will post their planned journey. So let's say they are travelling from, hang on, there was a quick announcement, so just had to cut that bit out. And basically I was saying like they will post their travel like itinerary, so if they're maybe setting off from Bali and going to Fiji, for example, and they want someone for 2 months between these two periods, and you can just reach out to them and say like, look, I'm interested in joining you, and you just help out on the boat, and you do like a few sort of like odd jobs around the boat and help out when you can and build up your skills with the boat. So sort of like yachting around is a lot of fun. So that's something that I'm also planning on doing. So there's HelpX Couch Seekers and Crew Seekers. Food is one of the things that I will have to cover when I'm not in a HelpX, I think, on the couch surfing. But there's a whole bunch of these different options that allow you to travel like very affordably. So I am planning on doing those. So yeah, this is why I'm going and what I'm going to do and how. So yeah, I mean, this is the first video that I will post, sort of. I fly today to Beijing and then on to South Korea, so it's just a layover flight. And then I'm going to be there for 4 weeks. I've got a HelpX lined up in a language cafe where I work. It's basically a cafe to help Koreans come and like practice their English, and you just get your food and accommodation paid for, and then you get to like sort of that you don't teach, you don't sort of help them with homework. It's like they're adults who just want to practice their English skills. So you basically just sit and have a conversation with them. And for someone who's just worked remotely for the past 3 years, 2.5 years, a little bit of social interaction will be nice. So I'm looking forward to like getting out there, meeting people, and seeing a bit of the world. I've got a whole bunch of things that I said that I wanted to do. It's like, I'm going to go and do and see all the things that I wanted to do. So I've made a bit of a bucket list, and I'm just going to go and knock off all the things over the next few years of all that. So yeah, this was the first video, hopefully of many, and you'll be able to see my journey over the next few years. But I think that's it for now. I've got an hour to go and catch my flight, so an hour, or 20 minutes or so. So I'm gonna go shoot off. Yeah, first video. Hopefully, this was okay. Like guys, my first time really talking to the camera, sat in public. So yeah, not easy, but I will do my best, and then I will take you with me and show you sort of how I can go, because I do know there's a lot of people in my situation tied down with jobs who would just love to travel and just like take a year off work or just like quit their job and go. So I just want to go and show people how easy and how good it can be if you just take that opportunity. There's a lot of people who are stuck in the UK who kind of realise how bad it's getting here, who want to leave. So if that's you, like you are like me a year ago, and hopefully this might inspire you to like go and take some action. So good luck, and yeah, follow along on the journey if you're interested, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.